on the wheel of time. The wheel of time has different races. The wheel of time has different roles. The wheel of time has different gods. The wheel of time has different roles for each and every human being. So wait and see where you belong, as I describe. God of Wakari. I'm appreciative. I'm glad. You know, the fuller the class, the better. And the people who have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe so that you can continue with the class. So I'm just... You guys, today, my pretty students, is that the moon is authenticity. Now, when I was teaching you last week, I introduced you to Dendera. Last week, I introduced you to Dendera and I told you about Aset and Heru. Sun and the moon. Sun and the moon. Sun and the moon. So the moon and the sun is what? So those are the two here. As you can see them, I've put them as a representation here because they're going to play a very big role. As you can see, this is the moon and this is the sun. So this is Aset. This is Heru. First of all, before we continue, this is Aries. This is Pisces. So when we are talking about the wheel of time, we are talking about the moon and the sun, the cycle of Pisces and Aries, the cycle of self-belief and authenticity. So that is where you should be putting your head as I'm starting to explain this. So what is authenticity and what is the sun? So first of all, guys, I want you to know the differences and the homes of these particular deities. So I'm going to try and move very slowly, just to ensure that I cover everything. So the moon is throughout the 24 hours. This babes is there throughout the 24 hours. The moon is there throughout. You know that, ne? Even when you are during the day at noon. You know. Is this common knowledge or am I the only one who knows this? We know that the moon is there 24 hours a day. Are we aware of that or not? Whether you can see it during the day, the moon is still there. Are you aware of that? Still there. Are you aware of that? I was not aware. Now you are aware. The moon is there 24/7. 24 hours a day, the moon, the power of the moon is not only on this side. Remember, I have divided this thing into two. The day and night. Night and day. We have it into two, but the moon is not only on this side. The moon is on both sides. And I'm going to tell you the distribution of that because the distribution of the moon is what determines now the skin color of each and every race. But then we have the sun. The sun is only there 12 hours. So I want you to know authenticity is with you infinitely. While your self-belief comes and goes. Now what is your self-belief? Your self-belief is Heru, the child of who? Your self-belief is... Self-belief is... Self-belief is out of this moon. And we are going to see them in depth. Their in-depth identity. In-depth identity. So today, if you are an Aries in the comment section, I want you to master that. This moon is Aries. The moon is you. The moon is the truth. And if you are a Pisces, I want you to master that you are the sun, which is the child of the moon. So now, the movement of the moon and the movement of the determines now the occupation of the day. But before we go to the occupations of the day, I want you to know, I want you to see, in ancient Africa, the moon, which is representative of a Set, is what represented the Bantu, while the sun, which is representative of Heru, is what represented the Nilotic individuals. So Niloites and the Bantus. I want you to comprehend that the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and all the skin colors are still divided among the Bantus and the Nilotes. All skin colors, they come from the Bantus. All skin colors, they come from the Bantus. To identify the divine feminine energy and the divine masculine energy that is present in the wheel of time. And this is how we are going to identify them. So first of all, the head. The head, the neck. In fact, let me start. My neck, my arms, my chest, my heart, my stomach, they are up. So much that by the time you are reaching my pelvic area, I'm divided into two. I have below and I have above. So look, let's look at that on our chart here. Aries. When we start, let's start at night, because that is where now the moon is the strongest. Which hours of the day? Which hour are the moons? The proximity of the moon. And I wrote from here. From here up to the last equinox at night, the moon is strongest from Aries all the way to Virgo. And then the moon starts to get weak. Let's look at that in the parts of our body. Aries is my head. Taurus is my neck. Gemini is my arms. Cancer is my chest. Leo is my heart. Virgo is my stomach. I'm done with the part of the body that is up. I'm going to the part of the body. Libra, Scorpio, private parts, Sagittarius, the energy and the divine masculine energy. So the night is divided into Bantu energy and Nilotic energy. And the skin color comes in that way as well. The most intuitive are the Bantus, the ones that are filled with the moon. The moon is strongest. Where the moon is strongest is from here, from this time of the night all the way to this time of the night. Look at, we have the Bantu and we have the Nilotics here. We have the Bantu here and we have the Nilotics here. It's divided into two. The upper part of the body and the lower part of the body. Now let's come to the day. The day is the same scenario. When you start with Libra, this is the lower part of the body, which is Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Those are the lower parts of the body. Watch them. Every beginning starts at equinox. So when the night begins there, then again, the day begins. This is what the sun now brings. The energy of the sun is staunch. It's strongest from Aries all the way to Virgo. The energy of the sun is strongest from Libra all the way. Let me say from Libra all the way to Pisces. And then the energy of the sun reduces. So these are the descendants of Set. The the sun is strongest, this is the skin color of the albedo people. And then now when the sun is getting a little bit weak, which what is the distribution is weakest. The distribution is weakest. They gets weak. So here is the children of Nephthys, the camouflaging people, the people who are dark at summer and in winter they are light skin. This is where they are, the Asians. Now, why am I putting this thing like this? It is influenced by the distribution of the this is 9 a.m. European time, all the way to 3 p.m. That is when the sun is strongest. Now, at the timeline when the sun is strongest, that is when the moon is weakest. Meaning, the human beings that occupy this particular area in time, they have the weakest intuition, but the strongest memory. As you go, you find this one, now the children of Nephthys now hear the sun from 3 p.m., which is 9 African time, 3 p.m. European time, the sun starts to weaken. When the sun starts to weaken, you find out the children of Nephthys, because now the moon covers the children of Nephthys as well. Guys, you need to, when you want to know the power of the moon, here the moon is strongest, here the moon is medium, and then here the moon is weak. It's a little bit weak, and then here the moon is almost non-existent. Weak, and then here the moon is almost non-existent. Those who are occupied by the moon are children of Nephthys have the moon, children of Osiris have the moon, and children of Aset. Children of Aset have the moon, children of Asar have the moon, and children of Nephthys have the moon. Now, children of Set have the moon, yes, but the moon is almost non-existent up to that particular point. Guys, did you get that explanation? What just happened? 1 minute, guys. No, you are freezing. The live was freezing. I will repeat, imagine. I wonder why the live is freezing. Could it be that it's because of my... Okay, let me buy the moment you were standing, you were freezing. Okay. I'm going to repeat, so don't worry then. Just give me a little bit of time. And so don't worry. Should I buy, wait. I don't know whether it's my network or it's your own, but I think it's my own if everyone is having issues. So just give me a minute. this is weird as fuck today. Is it still freezing? Is it still free? I'm going to repeat everything. See, as long as we are here, we have to finish what brought us here. As long as we are here, we have to finish what brought us here. So finishing lazima. You comprehend when I tell you about Aries, Taurus, Gemini. This is the upper part of the body, the lower part of the body. Upper part of the body, the lower part of the body. But at least tell me you get the concept of as above, so below. Tell me you get that at least before I continue. Okay, I can use my finger pointing, fine. But guys, to get the concept, from Aries all the way to Libra, from Aries all the way to Virgo. This is Bantu occupation of the divine feminine energy. So it starts at the head, but Aries, Taurus, the neck, Gemini, the arms, Cancer, the chest, Leo, the heart, and then Virgo, the stomach. So from here up to here, this is where the moon is strongest. The moon is strongest here. I don't know whether you guys, I'm still, am I still freezing? Or can you get that particular point? I'm still freezing. Somebody said yes. Okay. So guys, Bantu territory, from where the moon is strongest. The people with the strongest intuition, they occupy this particular area. They're more active in this particular area. So now this particular area, even in time, this is the wheel of time. This time talks about the time of the year, the seasons of the month. So this is the area of Bantu. So I want you to comprehend it where the Bantus occupy in the day, before you see where they occupy in the year. So where the Bantus occupy in the day is here. And where the Bantus occupy in the body is the upper part of the body, the head, the neck, the arms, the chest, the heart, the stomach. That is the Bantu occupation area. The areas above, the mountainous areas. Those are the occupation areas of the Bantus. And then from here you come to Niloids. From the pelvic area, the private parts, the Sagittarius, which is the thighs, and then come the knees, the Achilles heel, and then finally the feet. This is occupation areas of the Niloids. Bantu Niloids. Why? Darker skin. From what? From the moon. Darkness is in tone. The closest people to intuition are the Bantus and the Niloids. When you cross over to the day, you meet the white people, which starts from Libra here. This is where the sun is strongest. The sun is the most strong. Now, why do we call it the Bantu? Freezing for me. Okay. Fine. Let me not use Wi-Fi if I'm freezing. For the people it's freezing for, I'm seeing some people I'm freezing, some people I'm not freezing, I don't know. Okay. So why do we call this all the way to 2 p.m. And then its intuition starts to, as the sun is born at Libra. This is where the sun is born. The moment the sun is born, intuition starts to be diluted, which is the Nilotic areas. These are the Nilotic areas. And then when we cross over to this other side, we start with, in the morning, this is 7 a.m. In the morning, this is 7 a.m. In the morning, 8 a.m. in the morning, 9 a.m. in the morning, we start the albedo area, which is the first equinox in the day. During the first equinox in the day, that's when we start with the albedo people. Albedo people means the smallest amount of intuition, the smallest amount of melanin on the skin color. The highest amount of melanin on the skin color, the highest amount of intuition on the skin color, and then intuition mixed with memory. When the sun is born, intuition mixes with memory on the skin color. And then here we have the smallest amount of intuition. Look at where the sun is and look at where the moon is. The people who have the farthest end have the smallest intuition. Why? And then this is the sun occupies from 9 a.m. all the way to 2 p.m. The sun is strongest. The sun is strongest from 9 a.m. all the way to 2 p.m. Timeline of albedo occupation. And then from 3, the equinox in the evening, from the time when intuition is still close. So look at this line. When you look at this line, there's a line here. The people on this side are intuition based. The people on that side, they struggle with intuition. So here we have the and the children of Aset. Children of Aset, children of Asal, children of Nephthys, and then we have children of Set. So Seth and Nephthys are a mirror reflection of Aset and Asa. People, so let me just go and buy credit. Let me just go and buy. We will be able to carry us through. Alone, if we will be able to function. Am I still freezing for some people? Yeah, the people I was freezing for, I hope now I'm not. And even when I stand, am I still freezing for people? Am I freezing for people? And if I'm freezing for you, then now if I'm freezing for you now, I don't know what to do now. I'm jumping. Comprehending this is going to help us. Comprehend a lot. So please mark the timings, mark the timelines. Somebody's telling me to continue. Today, even my laptop is pressing itself, man. It has nothing to do with me. Today was not the day. But anyway, so you see, this is Bantu occupation, Asian occupation, white occupation. So now what are they, first of all? Let me stand here with my book. So first of all, I want you to okay, you're not coming back. I think I should just sit down here. Now that I've told you, maybe close and start. No, we are not closing and starting again. Let's just struggle through and finish. I don't know what you guys are experiencing. Is it that bad? Like you're not getting whatever I'm doing at all, or what? So let's start with the occupation. At least you're seeing the distribution. Bantu, a lot of intuition. Niloite, intuition that is mixed with memory. They are very strong in memory intuition, while children of Seth, so much intuition, so much memory, but no intuition. So now these people, I want you to comprehend. At At the very farthest end of the pyramid, we have white people, and at the very farthest end of the this other side of the pyramid, we have the blacks, the Bantu, and Set. So, like, literally, the children of Set are the opposite, the polar opposite of the Bantus. And when you find this, right now we are in a situation where these people, they want to come and occupy these lands. They want to be the ones to occupy this land, meaning they want to be the one to lead. They want to lead. Aset is the queen of heaven. She's the one that leads everyone. And she gives birth to a child. So now, what are the roles of these particular four different types of deities? Now, Set, let's start with Set, which occupies this particular area of the day, when the sun is strongest. Why do they occupy the part of the day when the sun is strongest? Because they are born empty. What does the sun? Child of Bantu. Child of Bantu. By the people who occupy this area. The people who occupy this area should be the one educating the people who occupy this area, so that they become these people, and then they become these people, and then children of Nephthys, white people, I don't even want to call them children of Set anymore. Now, white people, they occupy this part of the day because they are empty. The sun comes to give. The sun is a writer. The sun writes on the walls. Now, people with empty walls, they occupy this area so that the sun can write on them. Self-identity directly from here. They have to start planting the greenery on their desert. And that the plantation, where do they get the education to plant the greenery on their desert? From the Heru, from children of Asar, or from the children of Osiris. So now, the sun, Set is born with a clean wall that the sun writes on. Set excels by directly absorbing the sun. Set comes to be the quickest sperm to access its own true identity by absorbing from the sun. And so Set receives positivity from the sun but negativity from self. Set is built in a way that they have no self. Remember, when we talk about the moon, when we talk about the darkness, we're talking about solace. The darkness, we're talking about solace. The darkness, we're talking about solace. Set, they don't have the relationship with self. The relationship with self. They are empty, they don't have the voices inside that guide them. Now, a Set is the one that is writings on the walls. Each amount of intuition. They have the least amount of inner guidance. And so that inner guidance, they're supposed to get it from the sun. Now, to get it from the sun. Now, the people, children of Nephthys, children of Osiris, children of Aset. So these people are supposed to learn from these people. But now we live in a world where these people, they don't want to learn from anyone. So now, these people are supposed to learn from everyone. What these people have, what the children of Nephthys have, and what is supposed to be filling them. So now we live in a world where from anyone, they're acting like they're the ones who everyone should be learning from. But remember, who is the sun? The sun's mother is here. The sun is here. Now, these particular people, the children of Nephthys, they are what's becoming the sun's mother as well. Up to that point, are we in comprehension with somebody? Because I want you to comprehend the reason why the children of Set, they occupy this particular place. They occupy the place where the sun is the most where the sun is the most, they where the sun is the most, because they need the writing. And graduate, Set becomes Nephthys. So now Set graduates into Nephthys, meaning self-knowledge. By then, Nephthys is Scorpio energy, it's the camouflage queen. Why are Asians called Nephthys children? They are the camouflage children. During the golden age, they are dark skin, and during the dark ages, they are light skin. That is who Nephthys are. They change, and all of them from the Middle East, Asians, all of those people, they change according to the ages, and that is the reason why they are the kingmakers. They are the ones that choose the side that wins. They are the ones that tell the time. So now when Set graduates into Nephthys, Set is Aquarius energy. Nephthys is Scorpio energy. Your self-knowledge graduates into your self-desire. So self-knowledge, Set is self-knowledge. Like, they come here to know themselves. They come here not knowing themselves, so they come here to know themselves. Those are the children of Set. And then the children of Nephthys, they are now the ones who now already know themselves. So they are that Scorpio energy. The sun prunes and shapes and applies more pressure to Nephthys. While the sun writes on the walls of Set, the sun takes away what no longer serves Nephthys. So the sun, first of all, remember how the children of Nephthys are divided. Set starts from 9 a.m. when the sun is strong, and then comes here, and then we have a solstice here. So the sun gives the children of Set self-balance, self-desire, self-adventure, and self-use, while the sun takes away their self-knowledge and self-belief, because their self-knowledge and self-belief is not, it is not accurate. The self-knowledge and self-belief of white people is not accurate. So the sun takes that away from them, while the sun gives them self-balance, self-desire, self-visuals, and self-use. While when you come to the children of Nephthys, the sun shapes their authenticity, pressurized. Like the sun makes sure that their authenticity is Bantu quality. The sun makes sure their self-support is Bantu quality. The sun makes sure their Gemini, their self-thought is Bantu quality. The sun makes sure their self-feelings is Bantu quality. While the sun gives them love and self-analysis. So here the sun gives, on this side the sun gives, on this side the sun takes. On this side the sun gives, on this side the sun applies pressure. On this side the sun gives, on this side the sun applies pressure. I don't know whether you can see it. If you can't see it, let me point it. On this side the sun gives. You always see the hands of the sun giving the ankh. And then sometimes the hand of the sun is taking the ankh. I will describe it when I am teaching about this class in expansion. But for now, just know on this side the sun gives, on this side the sun takes. So white people, they occupy from here. The sun gives themselves balance. The sun gives themselves desire. The sun gives themselves adventure. The sun gives themselves use. While the sun takes away self-knowledge and self-belief. But now we live in a world where white people they're living in opposite. They want to be the one to give the sun self-belief and self-knowledge. They don't want to take self-use, self-visuals, self-desire, and self-balance from the sun. So they are rejecting what the sun is giving, while they want to infiltrate the world and poison the world by what they are giving, which is wrong. They should allow the sun to take away, while the sun gives them this. While the children of Nephthys, the sun shapes. Taking away means shapes it into the truth. The sun shapes them into the truth and gives them love in readiness for them to become Bantus. Because these are the marking scheme. These people are the marking scheme. The occupiers of this side are the marking scheme of the planet. So these people, they work to become this. These people, they move to become this. And they have this. These people, they have this as their origin. When you go to China, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, you go to the Philippines, you'll find that the original ancestors were this. They were dark people. So all of these people, this is their aim. But we live in the world that is reversed, where all of these people now, they want to become this. Brainwash. away from them, they are pushing it into the world. And they've managed to brainwash people so much that these people now want to become these people, when it is supposed to be these people learning from these people. I don't know whether I'm still frozen, but me, I'll just continue, guys. Can I just continue? Not freezing, but are you getting the point? Because I want you to see the truth. I want you to see the truth of how the world should be running. The world doesn't run like this. But I'm showing you this so that you see where the world should, how the world should be running. So I told you these are the children of Seth. They are closest to the sun because the sun is supposed to burn them into gold. And then these are the children of Nephthys. So I want you to see the melanin distribution. Melanin distribution is cut from here. Look at here. This is melanin distribution. These are the people that have melanin. When you cut it here, and it is because of the influence of the moon. The moon is present in both the night and the day. The sun is only present in the day. So the sun only occupies here. The sun only occupies here. While this entire territory is occupied by the moon. And that is how race also works. These melanated people, people of color, the people of color are from here. Children of Nephthys, children of Asar, and children of Aset. All of these are the people of color. And then we have the colorless people, the albino people, vitiligo people, the white people. They are the ones that occupy this particular area in order for the sun to help. They are closest to the sun in order for the sun to help. And also when you look, even in nature, when you look in nature, you find out that albedo people are more close to spotlight. They are closer to, they are the minority of the population, and yet they are the closest to the sun. Also, in anywhere where you are, maybe in your village, if there is one albino, everybody will know them. Everybody in the entire university will know that, oh, we have an albino, 2 albinos in this university. Naturally, the sun is closer to them because the sun is trying to help. The sun is giving them, though the sun affects everyone, the sun benefits everyone, but now it has a specific and unique help to each and every group. So now when we come to Aset, who occupies the strongest when the moon is strongest, which is the night. In the night when the moon is strongest, that is Aset, which is authenticity. Authenticity is the true form of the sun. The moon is the true form of the sun. The moon has all the sun. The sun is temporary. The sun only comes for 12 hours. Meaning the sun only comes for 12,000 years. The moon is there for all the 24,000 years. The moon is there every year. The moon is, intuition is there throughout. Whether you are dead or alive, intuition is there. So now what is intuition? Intuition is the mother of the sun. Intuition is the true form of the sun. Which Bantu, that would make you know that Bantu are the true forms of these albedo people. So there's a lot of people who usually, let's just talk the truth. A lot of black people don't want to associate. Calling these people all Neanderthal, I don't know what. These are albinos. We have albino among us. White people are just albinos. The northern hemisphere is a territory for albino people. Albinos are from black people. Albinos are from Bantu people. Faded, any Bantu that fades in intuition becomes a child of Set. It's like any land that loses its green becomes a desert. Any land that loses its greenery becomes a desert. So any Bantu that loses their intuition, that loses their melanin, becomes an albino person. I'll not even say white. I'll just say albino because that is what the children of Seth are. That's what the children of Seth are. So any Bantu, this is how you even give birth to albinos inside your family. There are certain ancestors of yours who, when they are alive, they feel like, oh, if I was white, I would look really good. People who have such kind of thoughts when they're having sex, they're the ones who end up giving birth to albino children. Because they think when they look white, they will look good, and then you end up with an albino child. That is the white version of us. If you're a black person, you want to become white, albinism is what you're manifesting. Because whiteness exists in black people. And it is albinism. So a black Bantu individual that has greens, that has writings on the walls. Trees are writings. That's why when you see leaflets of trees, they look like writings. They look like roads. Trees are writings on the walls. The planet is a wall. Trees are writings on the walls. So Bantus are representation of that. When you look at a black person is like land that has greenery on it. A white person is like land that has no greenery on it, that has desert on it. So any Bantu that loses the ability to have intuition automatically becomes an nilotic individual. And we will discuss what intuition is, where it comes from, where it is birthed and stuff like that. But for now, just know that this is the wheel of time and the placement of the people in the wheel of time. So now Heru, which is the Niloids. Heru, which are the Niloids, are born through parthenogenesis. So the lower part of the body, remember this is Bantu, this is Niloid. It's very simple. Bantu, Niloid. So the lower part of the body was born through parthenogenesis of the upper part of the body. The upper part of the body is the reason the lower part of the body exists. The upper part of the body can exist on its own. The lower part of the body cannot. You have people like the CEO of TikTok doesn't have the lower part of the body. The Bantus can exist on their own without the Niloids. The Niloids cannot exist on their own without the Bantus. So it is a set, the Bantu that gives birth to Heru, the lower part of the body. As above, so below. So it is the night that gives birth to the day. Okay? Up to that point, guys, are we together? I know that we are getting deep into these things, but we have to. And I hope that it is comprehensible to the basic mind, because when we explain the occupation in the day, it will be very easy for you to comprehend the occupation in the year. So today we've explained the occupation in the body. These are two cells, Bantu Nilotic and then Bantu Nilotic. So now the upper part of the body, the lower part of the body, the upper part of the body, the lower part of the body. Are you at least comprehending what people are? Because when you see, as a black person, I feel like when you see things this way, then at least you have some self-esteem. Have some self-esteem and know that you're the marking scheme as a black person, because these people cannot exist without these people. But these people can exist on their own. Just the same way I told you, the upper part of the body can exist on its own without the lower part of the body. The lower part of the body cannot exist on its own without the upper part of the body. So this is the main reason why even the maps are upside down. Because now the concept of the maps being upside down is, psychically you think the day comes before the night. They turned the maps upside down when they told you the day comes before the night. But there is no day without the night. The moon doesn't come after the sun. The sun comes after the moon.
When did you get this?
So the map being upside down shows that they made this the northern hemisphere, where now we need to learn from this. We need to learn from these people. They made us that we need to learn from these people. and these people are inferior, but it is upside down. The entire world is supposed to learn from these people. These are the ones they call the barbaric. These are the ones that they say are savages. These are the ones that they say did not invent anything. But without this, there wouldn't be this. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. In the beginning was only these people, was the dark. Before the Creator said, let there be light, and there was light. In the beginning was only the dark. Before let there be light was said, and there was light. So this particular explanation, I wanted to come here today with only this particular explanation of the sun and the moon distribution and how they occupy. Like literally, if you are a Bantu individual, just know that you are intuitive. If you are a Nilotic individual, know that your intuition is very balanced. And if you are a Nephthys, if you are a child of Set, like a descendant of Set, if you are a white person, you need to humble yourself because you came here to learn from everything else. And if you are an Asian, then know that you are on your way to becoming a Bantu. Everybody else. Does everybody else know where they are? And then another thing that I wanted to tell you is Bantu is a Set. Bantu is Aries. Niloite is Pisces. Niloite is Heru. Set is Aquarius. Set is Aquarius. Those are the white people. And then Nephthys is Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy is what is Nephthys. Capable of transitioning between two worlds. Scorpio are the reproductive areas. Today they are a penis, tomorrow they are a vagina. Today they are a penis, tomorrow they are a vagina. Today they are light skin, tomorrow they are dark skin. During the golden age they are dark skin, during the dark ages they are light skin. That is the children of Nephthys, and Asians, they behave like that. Especially the ones in the Middle East, they behave like that completely. They are dark skin in certain timelines and they are light skin in certain timelines. And that represents the Scorpio energy of camouflage. Those are the occupation of the races. Those are the occupations of the skin colors. And skin color is all about the distribution of the sun and the moon. The more intuitive, the darker. The less intuitive, the lighter. Up to that particular point, guys, today I just wanted to come here to put this one across only so that you can comprehend it in the wheel of time when it comes to the day, what happens before we come and continue to other things. Wow, Suri, you look good. Thank you for the compliment. Nah, I appreciate it. But did you comprehend also what I taught, what the beauty has taught? Have you comprehended what the beauty has taught as well? Because the beauty doesn't count if the message doesn't hit. The beauty doesn't count if the message doesn't hit. Yeah, now, on my TikTok, all tarot readers, they've been conditioned. And guys, I just want you to know that when you have white counterparts, white leaders, sometimes I always tell you here, talk to your leaders through intuition, talk to your leaders through, whatever. But if they are white, just know the message will take longer. If they are white and you're trying to communicate with them through intuition, know that you will be like somebody who's traveling from Antarctica to Morocco or Antarctica to Spain. It will be a very long journey because this one's intuition is not so rampant. Intuition is not hitting as much as these people. If you want successful telepathic communication, these are your people. I'll tell you that for free. It might not look like it to you, but this is what it is. Try it even in real life. If you want successful telepathic communication, try it with these people and these people more than you try it with these people. These people, they are not fully there when it comes to intuition. They don't know what is going on. They are waiting for things to hit them like thunder. They don't know about Wakanda. Then they just live as the day is coming, what the sun is showing, that is what they are moving with. There's nothing in the background. So if you're fully Bantu but light skin, as long as you're Bantu. Now remember, Bantus are people of color. And I'll tell you that as long as you're Bantu and you're not an albino, then know that your intuition is somewhere. But the darker the berry, the more the intuition, it's going to make the colorist people feel like, but I don't care. You know, dark-skinned people have gone through a lot of colorism because, so at the end of the day, when I'm giving them their flowers, just allow me the darker skin, because even in Bantu land, we have very dark-skinned Bantus. Those ones have more, you cannot joke with those ones when it comes to intuition if you're light-skinned. I'll tell you that for free. So now a Bantu that is dark-skinned like a Nilot, stay away from those ones. If they are a Bantu and they are dark like a Nilot, that one now is double lethal type of intuition. You need to think twice before messing around with those ones. Like the writing is on the wall, you read it exactly how it is. So people who have been celebrating that, I'm proximity to white. I know. It has been a celeb of business. Even Iken the other day just came outside and told us that the whiter you are, the lighter skin that you are, the more business for you. But that is changing. I'll tell you that for free. That was only the truth in the dark ages. So now as we approach the golden ages, the melanin is going to speak for itself, and you're going to realize that the more proximity you have to whiteness means that the more proximity you have to albinism. Just the way a long time ago you guys used to think that the more proximity you have to whiteness, the more proximity you have to riches or to be treated more like a human being. Now you are going to have to swallow the opposite, because the more proximity to whiteness you have, the more proximity to albinism you have. And what is the more proximity to albinism? It is the more proximity to lack of melanin. What is more proximity to lack of melanin? Like literally it is not having the hours, the 12 hours of the 24 hours of the day. They don't know what to do. Honor, if you've ever had friends that are white or whatever, and you're somebody who you grew up predominantly black and you are aware of blackness, you'll realize that these people, they don't have much to fill in their 12 hours. I used to have a friend from the US who she had to walk with a book everywhere. And I kept asking her, why do you have to sit with this book so much? And then she told me that, when I'm alone, when I'm seated, when there's nobody around, I have to fill in I have to fill in. And I'm asking them, what do you mean you have to fill in? Now telling me that there's nothing. Like she has to work with this book to fill in the hours, because there's nothing communicating to her of what to do. So she has to create her own authenticity in the 12 hours. But then black people, you have authenticity already. I don't know whether somebody's getting what I'm trying to say. Black people have authenticity already that is feeling for you, that is telling you, hey, now let's go and pee. Okay, now let's go and buy this. Okay, now let's think about our mom. Okay, now let's think about, let's go make this action. Some people, they don't have that. They don't have authenticity in their head telling them to do this, so they have to fill in. I don't know whether you get it. If you don't get it, forget about it. But as you grow old, you will know what I'm talking about. Some people, they have to fill in the 24 hours by themselves. The 24 hours are empty. The 12 hours are empty. They have to fill it by themselves. But you as a black person, you already have things to do in your 12 hours. This is the reason why you are a Bantu. And a Bantu should never be poor. Poverty is for people who have 12 hours that are empty. People who have 12 hours that are empty, those are the people who, when they are poor, the universe comprehends, because they are supposed to be poor. As a Bantu who has ancestors already occupying your 12 hours, you have no excuse of poverty. Know what you are as a Bantu. Know what occupies you. And some of our people don't know these things because we don't with the albedos, so you don't know what what you have that they don't. But people like us who've interacted, we've seen. Some of these people, they don't know what to do when they wake up. They have to be led. And that's what I'm telling you. They come here for the sun to lead them. So you as a Bantu, when you're living your life with your 12 hours, you are helping this particular individual to at least do something with their life. These are the people who should be going on YouTube to look for daily routine. That, hey, what is Sweetie's daily routine? Hey, what is Keisha Bloom's daily routine? Hey, what is Mama Nikwa's daily routine? So that they can copy. But a black person, your routine is already in your ancestors. You don't need to go YouTube to look for a routine. Your ancestors already had a routine for the 12 hours of your day, for the 24 hours of your day. I don't know whether somebody is getting what I'm talking about. So these people being more wealthy than you as a Bantu, you should feel ashamed of yourself. Especially when you are aware now. These people, these albedo people being more wealthy than you who already has a marking scheme to work with is literally, it doesn't make sense. So please awaken our people. When you wake up in the morning, you already have a marking scheme when you belong here. And even these people here. But these ones, they don't. And so they want us to live. Now they're the one ruling the world. They want us to live in their emptiness as well. They want us to move in that emptiness of nothing. They're the ones that are ruling the world. Get away from their rulership. Please get away from their rulership. Don't let these people lead you. These people don't know where we are going. Please. Some people will call this racism. I don't care. Our people have to be told the truth about this particular place. As a black person, you shouldn't be listening to anybody here. It is self-disrespect. Thou shalt worship no other God before you are on. Anyway, up to that particular, as an albedo person, if you're an albedo person, you are watching me and you belong to this particular category, humble yourself. Humble yourself. You need to learn from these people. If you have proximity to an albedo, you have an albedo husband, an albedo child, albedo parents or whatever, you need to humble yourself. Because guess what? Heru is here for you. Who is Heru? Here is Heru. This is Heru. Heru is born by this particular woman here. This woman births Heru so that Heru can come here during the day and stand to help you as an albedo individual. So humble yourself as an albedo individual. It is time for you to be humble. Anyway, that is today the end of this class. I wanted to do this particular explanation today so that I can start teaching in a broad length when it comes to these particular topics. So up to this particular point, I hope you know what the day looks like. Yes, Aset is Mumbi, my dear, my love. Aset is Mumbi, which is the mothers, women. As long as you're a black woman, somehow you're a Bantu by virtue. But then also know that where you live, for example, I'm a black woman. I'm Bantu by virtue because Bantu is my mother. But then I was born as a Niloid. So I know my patriarchal roots. So I also have to be very patriarchal. Because guess what? Let me show you the map of Africa and the role. Before I leave, because now this is the end of my class. Just like I was telling you about this particular map of Africa. Where was it? Where's the map of Africa? Was it here? I guess. Let me just put the map straight so that you can see it. So guys, when you look at this map, Bantus started from this particular place. And Bantus also, as I'm always telling you about the circle within a circle. We have Khoi and San. Khoi were cultivators, the San were pastoralists. Meaning Khoi were the green people, The San were the uplookers. Now, out of these two, we get Bantus. Bantus come to the equator and give birth to Niloids. Now, Niloids were the ones who were supposed to protect the Bantu lands. And the Niloids are the ones who built a civilization here. These were the boys of the mother. The boys were supposed to protect the mother so that nobody comes from outside. This place is impenetrable. If you read geography, you know that this place, there is no bridge that can even be put here. So Africa was Bantu lands that was supposed to be protected by the Niloids around here. So the invasion of the Niloids, when the white man was capable of entering the Nilotic lands, invading the Nilotic lands, opened the gates for the white man to come down up to the Bantu lands to occupy. So the invasion of Africa started with the failure of the Nilotic defense here. Nilotic defense failed here. And it's because of the men. So now we are the Nilotic women. And as a Nilotic woman, know that we have a responsibility to protect Africa from this particular place so that the Bantu can be safe. Niloids occupy only here, while these other particular places are occupied by the Bantus. So Niloids were the first line of defense for Mother Earth, for Mother Africa. When they were invaded, they were able to reach up to Lesotho, which is the most sensitive part of the Mother Africa. Up to that point, know where we are, know who we are, know where we have come from, and know where we're going. Up to that particular point, I think this is the end of me and this particular class. And thank you guys for coming. I'm always very appreciative. I wanted to use today's chance to bring forth these particular racial identities so that we know the earth has skin color too. So the sun, the movement of the sun is just showing different skin colors. From morning is a different skin color up to evening, different skin color up to night, different skin color. So everybody belongs here as long as your skin color is occupied by the planet you belong. But then everyone needs to be on their position. Everyone needs to stand where they belong so that nobody takes somebody else's position. The children of Set, the desert people, want to occupy Bantu lands so that they turn Bantu lands into desert so that everybody loses. And that is the war that is going on in Israel. Israeli people are chosen demons to come occupy Bantu lands so that Bantu lands can become desert. But Bantu people have woken up. And guys, if the population wouldn't have woken up, everyone would have supported Israel and we would have destroyed the planet. Remember, before COVID, everyone was in support of Israel blindly. Everyone was saying, oh, Israel is such a powerful, Israel, because people were asleep. But then, people like myself and many more got online during the TikTok time and we rose the vibration of the planet ahead of this Israeli thing. So that people would make decisions that are conscious for humanity. And I think it worked. If you know that you worked to awaken, to raise the vibration of the planet, because guess what? The main question would have been, were we going to support Israel? If the vibration would have remained low, the way it was before COVID, before TikTok, the whole world would have supported Israel. Israel would have swallowed Palestine, Iran, and the entire Middle East. And then Israel would have come into Africa and swallowed the entire Sudan, the entire Uganda, all the way to Lake Victoria. And then Israel would have swallowed South Africa, Lesotho, all the way to the equator. That is where we were going. If we did not have TikTok and if we did not have COVID, that is where we were headed. But thanks to TikTok and COVID, people woke up even though it's not everybody. We only needed to wake up the 144,000 and then people now you saw from Japan, Korea, African countries everywhere, people stood up with humanity against Israel, and that is the beginning of heaven for humanity. People stood up and condemned the chosen demons and told them, you are demonic, get out. But if we approach this particular situation with closed eyes, the way people were closed eyes since 1948, we would have destroyed the world. And guess what? The world doesn't care whether you destroy it. It will destroy itself and then start afresh. But thank goodness the world did not get destroyed, because the vibration, we succeeded in raising the vibration of the planet. And once the brain expands, it never goes back. So that particular vibration is going to go on, and just expect to see heaven on earth. Earth is now moving towards heaven and peace, because that is what Russia wants, that is what China wants, that is what the Middle East wants, that is what most African countries want. Most people want peace, and with peace, you get Mars. Heru the red one. Heru the red one works better when there is peace. When there is no peace, you get cardiac arrest, hypertension. Heru the red one doesn't move properly. So when Heru the red one starts to move properly, the way Elon is saying, then the albedo people, they are going to start going to Mars. When Elon Musk is talking about white people. Please, black people, nobody is talking about you. When you hear Elon Musk is saying we are going to Mars, he is talking about white people starting to take action that will actually move them to become a Bantu people. They're not talking about you going to Mars. Black people already are in Mars, already access Mars. You only need to now awaken in order for you to align with Mars. But white people have to go there physically, because they've lived long. White people have lived almost 2,000 years of colonizing other people, depending on other people. So now they want to start depending on themselves. And that is what they call going to Mars. So I want also black people who are watching me right now, people don't talk about you a lot. I think you've noticed, even the Bible doesn't talk about you. Nobody is talking about you, because you are the truth. You are the one that everybody wants to get at power. So you better start moving as well. Nobody will talk about you. These people only care about their people. China, they care about their people. Russia, they care about their people. USA, they care about their people. The Europeans, they care about their people. Africans, nobody cares about you, because Aset and Asar are no longer there. So Africans, you are your own parent. Know that we are the parents we manifested growing up. It is our turn to parent ourselves as African people. You have no parent. You have no Elon Musk to come here and tell you that, oh, now Africa, we are going to the moon. Everybody goes to the moon apart from Africans. Everybody's going places apart from Africans. So Africans know that it is these people are going to these places, these are places that your ancestors already had been into. And now you need to look at these particular places from another dimension in order for you to get what they are. Because white people, they look at them from a literal dimension. While black people, you should look at them from an intuitive dimension, because intuition comes before memory. The night comes before the day. So up to that particular point, I hope that today's class was beneficial, and kindly 1% every day. I have a coach that is always telling me, as long as it is 1% every day is okay. So I hope that today's 1% has been achieved, and please let me see you guys tomorrow, okay? Not tomorrow, I mean, let me see you guys on Sunday as we continue. Yes, I'm late today. I'm sorry, my dear. We love your coach, even though you don't know him. Even though you don't, one day you'll know my coach. But 1% every day is always amazing. So guys, Aluta, yes, Aluta continua. We continue with this particular work. Know who you are. Have self-esteem. Insert yourself more in society as a black person. Talk more as a black person. Take up space more as a black person. Don't have imposter syndrome. Don't be intimidated by anybody. Be very confident. Even when you are not sure, be very confident, because your ancestors are always with you, and they will protect you as long as you trust in them. Otherwise, yes, Saturday, of course, in the other side. But today, on Sunday, I'll be seeing you here again today. Not yet, guys. There's a way in which I'm organizing myself. I want to organize myself to avail the notes, all notes in one place and everything. So just allow me to organize myself. I'm here infinitely available. The notes will be available very organizedly as long when we'll be ready to put them out. For now, the notes that I have is not even worth sharing yet because they are not yet whole. They've not yet made a full circle. So when we have notes that have made a full circle, then we will avail them for you in a very organized manner. Yes. How do you get rid of shame? By just not needing approval. Seeking approval from nobody else but yourself. As long as you seek approval from anybody else on this planet, you will always be prone to shame. Because those people, nobody's your twin. Even your twin is not your twin. So you cannot please anybody 100%. And you wanting to please somebody 100%, that is what will put you to shame. You get rid of shame by needing to be liked by nobody but yourself. Needing to be liked by nobody but yourself. Me, as long as I like myself, I don't give a fuck what anybody else has to say. Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Mama Nico, as well. Thank you, everyone, for coming to class, and see you next time. Bye.